Okay, so I'm going to create a new tab. And over here, what we're going to do is we're going to type VM view. So VM, oh, I've got the wrong key. I have 3 keyboards in front of me. VM view, okay, VM view .sbcc.edu. So that's vmview.sbcc.edu. All right. So if you're not doing it right now with me, then write that down because that's the access to vmview.sbcc.edu. Now, if you're doing this with me, minimize your Zoom for a minute and pull up your own Chrome and do this and then hit enter and you should be on this screen. Actually, I'd like you to say yes if you are doing this on your own computer as I am telling you to do this. You can lower your hands and just click on yes if you're doing it with me. And if you're just watching, then don't have anything on. So
can you repeat the website name again? I think I typed it in wrong.
VM view, V as in vase, M as in mother, view as in I am viewing you, vmview.sbcc.edu.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Maria, are you doing this on your own computer right now? If so, click on a yes. I'm seeing a hand. Does that mean you're not doing it? You're just watching?
Oh, I'm doing it.
Okay, so then click on yes. How about you, Luis? I haven't heard from you yet. Are you following through doing this on your computer? I'm seeing that it doesn't say that. So are you just watching us? If you're just watching us, go ahead and click a little no. Oh, okay, so you're doing this on the computer? Okay. All right. So then, is everyone on VMware VMview? I'm not looking at, it's okay. I'm assuming you're all on VMview. If you're not there, speak up and tell me you're not there. Okay. So there's 2 options there, install VMware as a client or Horizon HTML Access. Let's definitely go in as HTML Access. Now, if you don't want to have to make this choice every time, you can check right there, and then each time you come to VMview, it'll go straight into this choice, okay? I'm not going to make that choice because I need to keep demoing this, but if you click on that, then you won't be given this choice. When you come to this place, you'll already be there. Right now, let's all click on Horizon HTML Access and click on that choice. Okay. Now in here, you're going to have to enter your pipeline username and passcode. So the same things that you enter when you turn on the computers at school. Let's go ahead and do that. So just your username, no need for the whole email address. And then we're going to log in. Okay. Now, I'm sitting here on this screen and I want to wait until you guys get to this screen. As you get to the screen, I want you guys to turn off your yeses and to raise your hands, meaning yes, you are on this screen with me. So again, once you reach the screen, go and raise your hand, just so I don't move forward until everyone is on this screen. Okay. So Maria, are you on the Horizon screen? And Kathy?
I am not. I got a little lost after the original screen of the VMview page. Did you install or did you hit?
No, you have to click on the right side, the one that says only by HTML access. Of the 2 choices, click on the one on the right.
Okay. And then pipeline. Okay.
All right, and then pipeline username and access, and then you get to this place.
Okay,
now,
I got it.
Perfect. Now from here, I don't want you guys to access any of these programs. It'll be really tempting because you'll see PowerPoint or stuff, but this is not where we're going to access our stuff from. Now you have a choice. I don't know if you guys see employee desktop and student. Maybe you only see student, right? But definitely click on student. So everyone go and click on the student desktop. And now you're just gonna wait a little bit, and it's gonna take a little bit of time, and then suddenly your web page is gonna look like a Windows login screen, like mine is doing right now. It's gonna say preparing Windows, and there you go. Suddenly I am on a browser page, but I am in a Windows desktop. Go ahead and click on yes once you get to this page. And as you wait a little bit longer, you will see it says Google sign in. So on your yeses and nos and raise your hands, please go ahead and say yes once you are on the same screen that I am on. And if you can't reach this screen, then speak up. And it's possible that it's still processing because this is going to take a little bit of time. But right now I'm seeing 2 of you guys are on it, Kathy and Maggie. So Maria, Wake, Luis, and Yuki, let me know when you are on this screen. Cool. Other than Maria, are you on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and click on the little yes. All right. Click on your yes mark so I can see you there. It's just easier for me to have everyone answering on the right. Okay. So now here we are. This is a bit easier for people who are on a Mac, because on the background you have a Mac, and in the Windows here you have a Windows, and you just know that this is a foreign environment to you. But if you are on a Windows computer, it can get a little bit confusing because you can have at the bottom a taskbar, and then inside you have another taskbar, a little bit like when we're in those virtual environments for MindTap, you know? But this is a desktop of a computer as if you had just signed into the computers at school. So this is the part that's really, really important for you to know, that when you go to find a file in your downloads in here, or when you go to your, to your desktop folder or your documents folder, you're going to the school computers folder. So when you're in this mode, you need to assume that you're sitting in front of the school computer in the lab. Does that make sense? You won't be able to get your own downloads or your own documents. It'll be the documents that exist in the school lab. Now, for this class, I'm not going to need you guys to sign into Google. For some of my other classes, I need that because I give them files through the shared Google. So you don't necessarily have to sign into Google. But if you were to sign into Google right now through this, using your pipeline email, you know, like your username at pipeline.spcc.edu, then you will have access to your pipeline school email and your school Google Drive and all that kind of stuff. So if that's something that you want or need, then go ahead and sign in. But for the people in this course, since we don't need it, I'm going to go to this little X right here, and I'm going to close that so that I don't see that. And I want you all guys to do that for now. Okay. All right. So although this is taking a little bit of time because I'm making sure that everyone's doing this, in reality, all we've done is we've gone to VMview, sign in to HTML, and here we are, right? So this isn't complicated. Now, there's a bit of a difference down here because instead of having Cortana to write the word access or anything like that, what we have is a magnifying glass that we can use. And when we click on that magnifying glass, then here we've activated the Cortana, and here we can write the name. Now, I don't want us to use access yet because, you know, access is still something you don't know how to use, but you all know by now how to use Word. So go ahead and type Word, and you'll see that the first thing that shows up is WordPad because that's the Word that Windows comes with. But if you go a little bit lower down, you'll see Word 2016. You see that? So I'm going to click on that, and Word is going to open. Even if you don't have it, this is Word 2016, Office 2016, on a PC. So this is exactly the kind of program that you're going to need to use that you would have used had you done your assignments on Word. All right. So I want you guys to do this, and now go ahead, and once you're here in the same place I am, I want you to go up to your little flags, and I want you to raise your hands to show me that yes, you have been able to open Word and you are in front of the Word program. Okay, I'm seeing some hands popping in. All right. Okay, Maria, and now, perfect. So you're all in here. Okay, let me remind my family to lower their sound. All right, so that's hard for everyone to stay quiet for so long, but you know, my desk is in the middle of the living room. I've got four kids running around right now. Okay, so everyone's in front of Word. Let's go ahead and open up a Word document, just a blank document. Double click on Word. And Word is now in my screen. I'm telling my son again to be quiet. Okay, so I'm in Word. Let's all create a document and save it, because the most complicated part here is to really figure out that what you're doing is you're saving onto the school computer and not to your own. So let's just write, this is a test document. That's all. I don't really need anything very fancy. I wish I could not be making typos right when I'm trying to show you this is a test document. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to save. But see, all of this, if it's confusing to you, see how this is still the browser? Because I'm still, if I click on this tab, I'm still in a browser. And this one that's VMware Horizon is actually Word. Showing you this so that you can really see how Word is working inside of your browser. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to File, Save. So we're going to go save that document. And I'm showing you these things, but in your case, you're probably having to go from, you know, me showing it to you to Zoom if you're trying to see it. But otherwise, okay, so we're going to go to Save. And then here on the left, what you're going to discover, you truly are in your school computers. So if we go to Browse, on the left side, if you scroll down to this PC and you click on that little arrow, oops, yeah, this is one of the things that pops in. See this little tab right there where my mouse is on? This little tab right there, if I click on that, I get some VMware stuff that's weird. So go and click on that little tab again for it to disappear. This is the only like place where it gets a little bit weird with VMware. Okay, so when you click on this PC, if you scroll down, you'll see that you have your student folder there, the same student folder that you had at school. Pretty cool, huh? Are you seeing the student folder? Please say yes if you found your student folder. Double click on your student folder, and I have a bunch of other different ones, but you should have the one big comp folder, the one that you were working on at school. If you see that, say yes. And now go into that comp folder and go into Word, and then just there, because we're not going to put it, just say save. Pretty cool, right? You're really accessing the school computers. If you think it's cool, give me a thumbs up. You know how to give me a thumbs up? And the participants, instead of yes or no, you go to the more, and then you can do a little thumbs up. Yay. Yay, someone's like doing a little clap or something. And Wakey, I don't know. Wakey, are you there? You gotta think this is cool. Come on. Okay, now I have to tell you that this has been available. Okay, it's been available for like 6 months, and we were gonna bring it to life next fall because we've been testing it for the fall class, so no one had to install, you know, older programs or Office anymore. So the fact that it's online and you guys are the, you know, guinea pigs means that hopefully it's all working great, but there might be some glitches. So if there's any glitch, you got to tell me. I'm going to send you a link with also tech support in case it's something that only tech support can help you with. But if there's any glitch with getting assignments done and stuff like that, let me know about it so that I can also know that it's happening and help other people, okay? There's 6 of you guys who are going to be using this VDI, and there's people who didn't come to class today, and I'm pretty sure it's because they didn't have access, and they'll probably be on it as well. So if you let me know through inbox or something, hey, I was doing it and this thing happened and that thing happened, that would be really helpful for us to know if we need to fix any of the system. All right. So, so much for Word. Now, when we close this Word, if we go over to the corner and actually click on this little Xbox, Word will close and I'll be back into Windows, okay? But be careful, don't close that very top Xbox because that'll close your entire Chrome and you'll have to open Chrome again and sign in again to VM View and stuff like that, which isn't too complicated, but that top X is for Chrome and it was the bottom X, the one that was the program, all right? Okay, so now back to this, I want to show you that another way to get your programs also is go to this, the Windows icon and click on that. And here you'll see all the programs that are installed. So for example, I'm going to be teaching Illustrator on Friday, and people are going to be able to access Adobe Illustrator through this VM viewware, even if they don't have Illustrator installed on their computer. So this is pretty cool. So if you want to try out and test using any of these you know, programs, you're welcome to try them out. It's all available to you now. And at the very top under A, you have Access. Okay, so now let's go ahead and open Access. Click on Access. And when you're here in Access, go ahead and all of you give me a yes on your participants that you've opened Access. Give me a little green check mark, yes. That you've opened Access. Wakey, are you still there? Because you hadn't changed it before. So, okay. I'm going to make sure that you're there. Wakey, give me a little raised hands if you're still there, if this is working for you.
Safe to close the Word document?
What's that?
Did you say it's safe to close the Word document?
Yes, it's safe to close the Word document as long as you saved your file, and that was just as a sample. But make sure to close your document only from the little X that's right here above the program itself, not that top one, because that top one would close your entire Chrome experience.
Okay.
So now when you go in and open Access, you could have searched it through the magnifying glass, or you could have found it through going to this window. Since it's the A for Access, it's the top one. That's kind of easy to do too. And then here you go, you're inside of Access. Now, inside of Access, at this point, I can, I'm gonna have you guys go in to one thing that I'm thinking that one thing I didn't show people. Oh, I know why I didn't show it, because you guys are not doing the SAMs until next week. Okay. Originally, we were going to have the SAMs due this week, but I thought it was a bit too much to ask for everything. So I postponed the SAMs. But when you open next week the SAMs, you're going to have a table already made, and one of the tables is going to be the one that has all of your info that MindTap needs as a student, you know, like before you had it as another sheet in Excel and stuff like that. I'll show you later. But right now, if we open a database and you click on blank, oh, I shouldn't have done a double, hold on. Let me actually close this. I don't want you to do a double click. When you create a new database and you click on one time, as opposed to the rest of the programs, this is where you get to create the naming. So you'll put the name over here. And so let's call this one test, oh, I'm on the wrong keyboard, test database. And then you get to say where you're going to save it. And see how here it's trying to save it into some place that is definitely not the student folder, right? So you're going to have to go into the browse. And again, over here, you're going to have to look for this PC and scroll down to the student folder and then find your, comp files and your access files. And then it's not module 1, we're just testing. So we'll just drop it in here and say, okay. All right. And then if you look over here, it's showing you the S student folder comp access. Okay. Is that working for you guys? Go ahead and give me a raise your hands if it's working for you now. You were able to save from the database straight into your S student folder. Okay. All right. Kathy and Maria, have you been able to find your student folder through this browse? Go ahead and raise your hand if so, if yes.
I am.
All right. What's that?
I'm almost there.
Okay, great. And then once you're here, now you haven't created it yet, but at least we found the right spot. Now we say create. Okay, so go ahead and say create. And now we're actually in a new database. Went to your own Chrome tab. In the windows, imagine that you're sitting in front of your school. You go to Google Chrome over here. See the difference? It's the Google Chrome, the school's Google Chrome. Click on that and open that. So now you have a Google Chrome inside of this school computer. Does that make sense? Hopefully.
Yes.
And now you click in here, and this is where you go to sbcc.edu. And you sign into pipeline. Ugh, not eDude. I have no light in here. There you go. edu, and click into pipeline. I'm so glad you showed me this, Luis, because I'm gonna do that for my illustrators, but I forgot that you guys do it for here too. So yay!
Yeah.
Learning from the students. Go to Canvas, and then you go to the course. So it's like it's the virtual Chrome.
Yep.
And then you go into syllabus. Yeah, this makes so much sense. And then you access the main project from in here. Load it in here. That's perfect. And here's the deal. Here's the difference. That now, when you download them here, what it's gonna do, and I have to go backwards one, it's gonna download them into the school's computer, the virtual download computer, the one that has the S folder. Does that make sense? Now, why this matters is because, okay, so say keep, if it's gonna harden your computer. Yeah, databases are always files that could bring viruses, and that's why they're asking you that. And then when it says multiple files, go ahead and say yes, allow instead of block. Okay, so now these files are living in your school computer that's in your browser's downloads folder. All right, so now when you create a file and you need to access them, you can just access them in your S drive. So, you know how down here on a regular Windows computer, you would have the little folder to access your Explorer, File Explorer, you know what I mean? To get to your downloads, to get to your desktop. Here you don't have that, see that? So if you click on the Windows here and you go to this little dot right there, that's taking you. So this little kind of dog-eared page, then that takes you to your File Explorer. And this is the File Explorer. That is your student folder. And if you go into the downloads of that folder, there you have your account and your Microsoft database. So then if you click from here, It's opening up access. You enable content. Basically, it all works inside of that virtual environment. And later, when you have to go in to bring in Excel, which is this way, external data, you're going to bring it in from there. It's going to ask you where. You're going to go browse, and you're going to your own schools, downloads, and bring in the account. Okay? You don't know how to do this yet, but basically, I'm showing you how you're going to import the other stuff. And this here is the assignment that you're going to be using. And there's going to be a table that's already been created, and it's the one that's where they say that you are you and you're the one doing the assignment and da 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 da. So it's telling you not to create one from scratch. Okay, and in this form, it's telling you how to get the assignment. So these two, don't delete, just ignore them and start your projects as if they don't exist. And you're going to create 2 more tables in your group, and you're going to create a form and a query and a report, and they're all going to show up here. Okay, so just for you guys to practice how it works, if you are in Access with me, you need to open each one of these guys by double clicking, and then it opens as a tab right here. Okay, so I clicked on both of them and I have 2 tabs. So here I have the grading table, which is the thing that you don't need to get rid of, because that's where you're going to find the assignment grading. And then this one here is, it's start the assignment, creating a new table as specified on page AC10. Okay, so basically that's just instructions. So you got to leave these 2 in there. Now, to close them, because you don't want them while you're working on them, you can just click on the tab and just right click and say close, and right click and say close. And then there you go. These are kind of ignored, and now you start from 0 with the information on the book to create your first table. Okay, which is going to create and go to table, and that's how you get started and create a new table of your own. All right.